Shedeur Sanders spotted working at KFC as Cleveland Browns quarterback cut decision looms. Shedeur Sanders was captured working at a fast food restaurant as the Cleveland Browns have a quarterback decision to make during the summer. The 2025 fifth-round pick Sanders surprisingly went to work at KFC last week. Sanders and the Browns rookies reported for training camp last Friday. On the same day, the 23-year-old was spotted attending to customers at the drive-thru of a local Kentucky Fried Chicken in Cleveland. Sanders, along with his brothers Deion Sanders Jr., a social media producer who's based in Dallas, and Shiloh Sanders, the rookie safety with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, were each tasked with handing out 250 free KFC fill UPS in their respective cities as quickly as possible. Coach Prime announced the task on social media, sending a message to each of his sons, calling them to step up for their communities. Shedeur was spotted rocking a backwards KFC hat, headphones, and the fast food chain's shirt in multiple clips. Deion hasn't publicly announced the winner of the competition, but in terms of social media numbers, Shedeur appears to have won the battle. One video of the Colorado Buffaloes product giving out a fried chicken meal to an individual received 450,000 plus views on X. NFL fans were in hysterics over Shedeur working at KFC on social media. "This is wild," crying emoji, one wrote. "Okay, respect for Shedeur," another commented. "Shedeur got me crying," a third added. Sanders will compete for the Browns' starting quarterback job this offseason. He and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel will battle veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett for the role. It's not a certainty that Sanders will earn a spot on the 53-man roster this summer. Still, the Browns will likely keep 3 quarterbacks, including the pair of rookies that it's expected that either Pickett or Flacco will start in Week 1, with the other likely being traded away or cut. The rebuilding Cleveland squad is coming off a disappointing 3-14 season and will likely want to see what either Sanders or Gabriel can bring to the table this campaign. The Browns will begin training camp on Tuesday. NFL important dates 2025 season. March 12th, free agency begins. April 24th to 26th, NFL draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. September 4th, 2025 season opener, TBC vs. Eagles. November 27th, Thanksgiving Day triple header. January 4th, 2026, end of regular season. February 8th, 2026, Super Bowl 60 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The smell of fried chicken drifted out into the humid Cleveland evening, mingling with the faint roar of passing traffic and the neon glow of a drive-through sign that buzzed like a stubborn mosquito. It was a strange place to find a quarterback whose name had become the heartbeat of an NFL franchise. But there he was, Shedeur Sanders, behind the counter of a KFC on Lorraine Avenue, sliding biscuits into a cardboard box with the same calm precision he used to place a back-shoulder fade. Phones came out instantly. Customers blinked twice, wondering if their eyes were playing tricks. "That's him, right?" whispered a man in a Baker Mayfield jersey, holding a family bucket. "No way he's working here," his friend muttered. "That's got to be some kind of commercial or a prank." But Shedeur didn't look like he was acting. He wore the red apron, cap tilted slightly backward, headset tucked under his chin, and an expression of laser focus as he ladled mashed potatoes like he was drawing up a 2-minute drill. In the football world, speculation had been building for weeks. The Cleveland Browns, loaded with quarterbacks and desperate for roster flexibility, were approaching the moment every team dreads: cuts. Someone would go. Maybe 2. And while insiders insisted Shedeur's spot was secure, nothing felt certain in a league that chews up and spits out even the brightest rookies. Perhaps that's why, when someone finally asked him why he was working at a KFC with a roster decision looming, Shedeur didn't miss a beat. "Man," he said, sliding the tray across the counter with a grin. "Sometimes you gotta remind yourself where you came from. And sometimes you just want to serve people and see 'em smile." Inside the Browns' locker room, the story traveled like wildfire. A wide receiver scrolling TikTok in the lounge nearly dropped his phone when the clip popped up on his feed. Yo, is this real?" he shouted, gathering half the team around him. The video was grainy but unmistakable, their quarterback handing out chicken tenders, laughing with a kid in a Browns cap, signing an autograph on a paper napkin. By the time practice rolled around the next morning, reporters swarmed the facility, cameras ready, firing questions. "Shedeur, why KFC? Shedeur, is this about the cut decision? Shedeur, do you need a side gig?" Shedeur adjusted his helmet strap, the faintest smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. "Look," he said. I know the decision's coming. But I'm not worried. My job is to work hard, on the field, off the field, anywhere. Whether I'm throwing touchdowns or handing out drumsticks, I'm going to do it with heart. Kevin Stefanski, ever the understated coach, couldn't help but chuckle when asked about it at his press conference. Shedeur working at KFC? Stefanski said, eyebrows raised. That kid, he's built different. I guess he's taking team player to another level. Then his tone shifted, firm and thoughtful. But make no mistake, his focus is here. We see what he does every day in practice. That young man is competing his tail off. Behind the coach's words, the reality still loomed. For quarterbacks, one too many. Every throw in training camp felt like it carried the weight of an entire season. One misread, one interception could tip the scales. But there was something about Shedeur's KFC shift that resonated far beyond football. Social media exploded with theories. Maybe he's humbling himself. Maybe he's reminding the front office he's just a man of the people. Or maybe he just really likes crispy chicken. Late that evening, after the cameras left and the practice lights dimmed, Shedeur found himself back at the KFC, this time sitting in a corner booth with a small tray. 3 wings, coleslaw, and a biscuit drizzled with honey. A kid approached him shyly, wearing a homemade Browns shirt with Sanders number 2 written in marker across the back. Are you going to get cut? The boy asked, eyes wide. Shedeur leaned forward, elbows on the table. You know, he said softly, life's a lot like football. Sometimes you're not sure if you're going to make the team. Sometimes you're standing in the kitchen, wondering if you're good enough. But you keep working. You keep smiling. And you keep believing. The boy nodded solemnly, as if receiving wisdom from a prophet. Can I have a nugget? Shedeur laughed, pushed his tray over, and ruffled the kid's hair. All yours, little man.